shirt, I walk around with my shirt off too much. So,
no, it's not weird.
What do you think you can do to change your energy to change that?
Yeah, show my crew more love. Yeah, it's simple as that.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I've been struggling with.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here. You know?
Isn't that amazing how the number one thing that you're being searching for is to show your love, and then that's going to, you know, that's this how it shows up in all areas of life. It's huge. Remember I said that once you have that, you're gonna have a dominoes effect, and your life's gonna go.
Totally. Does anyone have any questions so far about polarity, about layering, about breaking down the layers, about masculine, about feminine?
Talk about this all night.
I've got all the questions.
No, we're pretty much done. Like, I'm just going to get some shares from the book, so hit me. Go for it.
Right, so how does this, I mean, you said it earlier, you know, like, the polarity of one person in a relationship, if you can switch that up and change the polarity.
Correct question.
But how do you do it? Like,
Right.
well, I understand what you're saying here, but like, how does that actually physically affect happen?
Totally, absolutely. It's a great question. So, to give you an example, if your partner is like stuck in her masculine about something, right? She's like, rah, 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 right? You can literally tap further into your feminine in order to start bringing the energy back a little bit. I know that sounds weird.
So you want to get in the feminine, like, put on a dress.
I mean strong feminine. I mean like feminine showing up in a masculine way. Not like, feminine. Right? Right, so taking the stuff from feminine, like wanting to experience love and giving love, and like, I'll give you an example. If she's like, if she comes home, I'm just using random two people example, right? If the chick comes home and she's like, oh my god, I'm so stressed out, rah, 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 why don't you cook the food, rah, rah. Like, the last thing you want to do is be like, stop talking to me like that, rah, rah, rah. That's, you know, that's like gonna be like, true? That's just gonna be like, whoa. So the more you can drop into a heart space, feminine energy, and be like, hey babe, I've got this, it's cool, and be a little bit calmer about it, which in some ways is, it's like a masculine feminine, if that makes sense. It's not like a out of control erratic feminine, right? And you can literally be like, hey, it's cool, I've got dinner, like, why don't you go hang out, take a bath, I've got this. She's immediately going to be like, oh, I'm being crazy, like, maybe I should calm that shit down. Can you see how meeting her masculine is never going to win?
Well, I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Well, I understand where you meant the heart.
Yeah, I think this is a completely confidential room.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, like, looking at this, looking at everything you said, you know, I feel like everyone else. And
Right.
it's not like, you know, it's, I suppose to the stage where, you know, it's almost expected of me to be that way already.
Right.
Like, how do I go, like, I don't want to get, like, no, you make the dinner. Like, I don't want to start making that and create friction. But where it's already expected that, well, where's dinner?
Okay, right, so let's take dinner out of it. What other ways can you show up in your life and be more masculine? Right. Right. I'd be making a list of all of that.
Yeah.
And I'd be just going and doing it. And situations which don't necessarily involve it. Like, not in a way, dinner maybe wasn't a great example because it's reactive to her energy. So you're kind of in it, right? But in what ways can you be like, boom, this is what I'm doing. Boom, we should go here and do this. Boom, I'm a masculine leader. Which makes her go, oh. Because I put money on it, right? Regardless of who the woman is, they do not actually want to be in their masculine the whole time. It's exhausting. It's draining. It's painful. It's not fun. It's really not fun. Unless you're like making a shitload of money. But in the relationship, it's not fun. Right? They're doing it because the masculine energy isn't there. So they're holding the space for that. Give them permission not to.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
That's pretty cool. It's like my wife, she's a very strong Leo. And she gets real muscular. It doesn't faze me. You know? It doesn't faze me. Well, when it's time for me to step up, just squash it like the bone.
Right.
And the whole thing about that, because we're too strong entities, and first it was that we were locking horns.
Yeah.
Until she realised, Amy don't play that.
Right.
So now we've got another step. This is pretty cool.
Yeah.
This is pretty cool. Because even though I said, I'm with the masculine, there are times I drop into my blueness.
Right.
And then come back to the course. Because,
Yeah.
that's how it is.
Totally.
But I think it's being able to identify and know when to change your head.
It totally is. It totally is. And look, when Lee and I first got together, like he was massively stuck in his feminine. And it was kind of a weird situation because I saw this like leader of men like stuck inside him, right? But it was like total feminine energy showing up. And I had to work out sometimes how to flip him out of that a little bit, right? Because if he'd be having these like feminine, oh my god, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, you're right, let's just freak out together. Like that wouldn't have really helped anything, right? So it's like we had to do the work, both of us.
Like one really good thing I remember, if I sit there and feel sorry for myself, we talk about, oh, you'll be alright, babe. She would sit there and just let me not be, oh, can I have a water? And I'd look for her. Where are you? And she used to sit there. And then my mum would go, why aren't you freaking comforting him? And then she explained it. So then I had to get myself out of it. So I'm doing a similar thing with you guys. Like you guys are feeling a certain thing. I'll say it there. Then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to answer it. Then work it out. Yeah. That's why you don't anchor this shit when you especially when someone's crying.
Yeah. So again, like I created the space for him to lead himself, and eventually he did.
Oh, she gave me 2 months. She goes, "We're going to leave me 2 months," which is true. Yeah, because it's what I found from how Regan led me. It was she did put up with a lot, which no woman should have to deal with. But it really got me thinking. Instead of saying, "Well, you have to do this and do that and do that," what are we going to do? Especially when we're in the feminine, too feminine, two pigeons. But she said, "Well." So she removed herself from a situation, and I thought about it. I'm like, fuck, I'm just a so-and-so. Then, there's a lot more that I had to, like, I'm thinking, she led me without, remember I said it happened without doing? She led me without talking, yeah? And plus, she would get into, so she used her sort of masculine, feminine to sort of bring me out. Like, it was that, would you say it was like a bit of a pull-push sort of scenario?
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the biggest things I did, and you guys can like use this and flip it, is that I created opportunities for Lee to lead himself, if that makes sense, instead of just being masculine and leading him. So for example, like, I come in, he's like emotionally fucked and like all over the show, and I'm a coach. I'm like, well, he needs to go work on his mindset, like let's be honest. I'm not his coach, so I'm not gonna be like, hey, like let's release negative emotions together. Like, you don't do that stuff when you're in a relationship, right? So it was really challenging for me, but I was like, okay, I know what he needs to go do. I know he needs to go freaking invest in himself and do the work, like do everything that you guys are doing here now, but this is just like 1,000 times better because it's all at once. But I couldn't just tell him to go do that. Because if you tell a guy to go do that, they're going to be like, no.
The opposite.
Right, exactly. I don't think so. Because like, that stuff's for you, not me, right? So, I did things like, I was like, if he was like melting down about something, I'd be like, oh, it's kind of reminding me of like this friend that I had, and he was like having all this emotional like meltdown, and he was break up, blah, blah. But like, I don't know, he went to these courses, but he's really successful now, and like he's doing real good. Like, he's like, oh, okay. And then like a few days later, he's like, so what'd that guy do? And I was like, oh, he just went to these courses. He's like, oh, what courses? I'm like, oh, okay, like, and so it was his idea, right? So I created the space to allow him to lead. Right? And you can do this with your partners as well. Like sometimes they need to make their own decision versus you going, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, right?
That's what I was saying to the boys, that when they get back, if they win their partner, so what did you learn? You know, some cool stuff, and just and then they, oh, why don't you tell me, like, just a little bit of lead their partner by, lead your partner by obviously being that person. If you've had resistance or your partner's told you to come here, or it's just, well, you need to fix on that, and just say, look, there's a lot of stuff that we learned. What we got told to learn is basically to show you. Just let me show you, and that's how you rock it out.
Yeah, and honestly, the biggest way you can start stepping into your masculine is just starting to choose being your masculine, like daily, like hourly, just choose. Be like, okay, think about it. If you're reacting to something, am I being feminine right now? Am I being masculine? Okay, what would the leader of men do? What would Regan tell me to do if I was to be more masculine, right? And just make a different decision. And trust me, like, if you're in relationships, your partner will notice. They're going to be like, oh, that's different behaviour. Like, they will definitely notice.
So your partner will pull you up, and what I will remember as well, like I remember there was a thing, me and Regan were having an argument in the States, and I had the book there, and I went through it, and I went through the list. It's good to have the list there, because then you go, oh, fuck, you know, then that's what you do, and that ring lined me straight away.
That's what I've been doing. I've been putting more action into my, just for myself, and not making enough action to show her how much I love her. And like this should be shown around the whole world. The whole world needs to see this shit. It's not shit. They need to see this information. Sorry, but it's made a big, massive impact on my life right now. And, I can just see things in a completely different way right now.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a good feeling,
Really.
And it's so simple.
How do the rest of you feel about it? Rob, I haven't heard you say anything. How do you feel?
My 10 years of marriage, we got to that point where there was nothing there. Like,
no attraction,
no nothing. Like, I didn't feel appreciated. She probably wasn't feeling loved. So, yeah, we'd go out and, we'd put on a happy face, we'd go to weddings or whatever else for other people. And, we'd pretend to be a fucking happy couple.
Yeah.
But when we got home, she'd just go and wall herself away in the bedroom, and I'd be like, well, fuck it, I'm going online.
Yep.
I get more fucking entertainment and more appreciation when I shoot some fucking 12-year-old in the fucking head on a game than actually spending time with my wife, because she just wasn't there. Like, and she was an indecisive person, which always drove me up the fucking wall.
Yep.
Like, if I asked her, what would you like to do today, or where do you want to go, or what do you want to do? She says, oh, I don't know. So I'd make a choice, and she goes, but I don't really feel like fucking doing that. I want to go there, but we don't have the money for that. It's like, well, fuck the money. That doesn't cost anything. That's fucking. We're going to take the kids to the park.
Yeah.
How is that costing us money? Petrol's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
But I raised 3 kids and a wife on less than 18 grand a year. It was a fucking struggle. And it just resonates.
If you knew this back then, do you reckon things would be different?
Fuck yeah. The problem would have saved my marriage.
But the thing is, everything happens for a reason. And probably thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, bro.
That's
why I'm bro.
Because I know this was, we were talking about it. Remember I said to just wait till we get into the polarity.
Yeah. And I'll make a point as well
That's
that
great, man.
once you know this, you can pretty much work out how to create attraction with anyone. Like, really, when you work out this energy stuff, it's not rocket science. You can pretty much attract anyone you want. But in saying that, you do want to make sure that you're in alignment, right? You want to make sure they have the same values as you, the same mission. Like, just because you nail a list doesn't necessarily mean their relationship is great,
Yeah.
So just know that and trust that it's all happening at the right time for the right reason. And just because you know how to sort your energy shit, like, the person still might be hidden, right? So.
You know what, Rob? What you just said was my ex-relationship. Like, you get into your masculine and lead and do that, but your wife and my ex was in the masculine, and it just happened like that. I say to Regan, oh, come on, baby, we're going to do something. And I'll say, let's go here. And, she's so appreciative. I appreciate you. She always says, I appreciate you. I'm so proud of you. She doesn't have to say that.
I used to just wall it away. I'd wear armor, pretty much. I'd just tuck everything behind it, show no emotion. It affected my relationship with my kids as well.
Yep.
Until, until that lid blew up one time when my son had a tantrum, and I literally just backhanded him. I've never hit my kids before at all, but it left imprints on his face That's how hard I hit him. And I still stare at that hand sometimes. Because
It's not you anymore, bro. It's not you.
I still feel ashamed about it though.